Hello everybody, welcome back to Project Horsefright. Guess what? I already played an hour of this, but there's this tiny little button that I forgot to push in FL Studio called ARM disk to record or something like that. Without pressing that button, when you hit record, it doesn't record your mic. So I spoke for an hour over this game to nobody. It was just gone. My camera captured my audio and somehow Shadowplay recorded my voice with the mic, but it sounds like shit. So I basically just have to do everything all over again. But that's okay, because I have stories to tell. I have spoop stories to tell. So I'll tell those as I play this. Barf! Poro. Let's go back. You know, this shit like this has happened before, where we play a game, and then something fucks up, and we just have to, like, play the game again, because we gotta get content. So I'm strong. I can do this. I'm ready to do this. I am prepared. I came out the womb ready to quit. Hold the right bumper button to run. Spoops are happening already. Are you enjoying Spooptober? I don't know why, but it feels like only now I've realized that people tend to celebrate Halloween throughout the entirety of October. I'm sure that's been going on for a long time now, but like this year especially, it's just like people fucking jumped on it. As soon as October hit, it was skeletons everywhere. And this is to tippy toe. Dog's having a bit of trouble tippy-toeing with me. You want to see a magic trick? I can make this dog disappear. Presto. Now, I first played this and I saw that, well, here's my reaction. Press X to use the item. No! Oh shit! Oh fuck! Fucking lost my shit. I thought that was... I mean, I hate it when any animal dies in a video game or movie, show, whatever. Like, it sucks. I hate even fictional animal abuse, but by God, that made me laugh. It's like the game punished me for throwing the rock, you know? Sister, the dog died. I threw a rock and he was really dumb. He chased the rock. And the truck driver didn't know how to use brakes. Alright, sis is gonna go look for Doggo. Yeah, as I've said, I've played an hour of this already, so I've gotten decently far. It's an okay game, but I got to a point where I just didn't know where to go or what to find, and I just kind of gave up. I'm gonna go look for her. So yeah, as I said, stories. I have stories to tell of strange experiences I've had in my life. I've been alive for a good solid 25 years. That's 25 boring years of shit to have happened to me. So the earliest experience that I can remember that I had was back at my old house, probably when I was around 10, 11, something like that. My bedroom had a door that led out to, what are they called? A veranda, some kind of like outdoor porch, but it was on the second floor. It just kind of like sat above our backyard patio. And it was all screened in, so nothing could really get in there. But there were these gaps at the floor, between the floor and the walls. So yeah, like a squirrel or a bird might be able to get in there. But either way, one morning I get out of bed and the door that leads out to this porch has a window in it, so light shines in, but I have a curtain over it, so I can't, like, see out the window. But I get out of bed, and as I'm stretching, I hear this incredibly loud bang. And at the exact same time that I hear that bang, I see a shadow pass over the window. And I stood still for a good 10 minutes, just staring at the window, freaking the fuck out, trying my goddamn darndest hardest not to piss myself. But I eventually muster up the courage to go over there, pull back the curtain, and look out the window, and of course I see nothing. And my first thought was, okay, maybe it was a bird that flew into the window, but there's not enough room on that back porch for a bird to gain enough speed to fly into the window as fast and as hard as it did. And if it was a bird that did that, I would have seen it unconscious or dead on the ground. And there was just nothing. And this wasn't a one-time occurrence. This happened numerous times. This was the only time I saw a shadow, but the other times that it happened, it was usually at night or so. And it's usually just one single loud bang on the window for no reason. Even my sister heard the bangs a couple of times. It was really fucking weird. Certainly made it difficult to sleep. Because I'll just be laying in bed and all of a sudden, bang! My father came up with the idea that it could have been getting warmer or colder outside, which causes like wooden door frames to expand or contract, and that can cause popping. But I don't know, man. It sounded like it was something banging its fist square onto the glass. Jesus, you're fast. So that was one experience I had. I'll try to space these stories out as I play the game so I don't blow my load without getting any progress done. Yes! I found you, my sister. That is very bright. I'm blind now, thanks. Just shove me into the bush. Hide in these bushes, close your eyes, and do not open them no matter what happens. Do not open them. Do you understand? Yes is my only option. Sounds like she just sprouted wings and fluttered away. She is now an angel, or perhaps a demon, or maybe a fallen angel. Once an angel, now a demon. Did Sis go home already? Let's go home. It's a shiny. What could it be? Let me turn the lights on. Gotta wait for this fucker to move past me. Would you care for a rock? It's a good thing that thing doesn't care about me. All right, second story. And this one's a bit more of a personal experience. It's not like I witnessed anything paranormal, anything like that, but still very impactful for me. But my grandfather on my father's side passed away, and I inherited some of his instruments because he was a musician. And I got a beautiful, beautiful accordion that I've actually used in a couple of my songs. It's out of tune though, so it's a bit difficult to get it to sound right, even after processing it and tuning it up in the program a little bit. But the other thing I got was a really old Yamaha digital piano. 88 weighted keys. This thing was a monster. Super heavy, made of metal. And initially I was really excited to get this because I'm a pianist. That shit's my jam. So I plugged it in and played around on it in a bit, and I noticed it was just ever so slightly out of tune, obviously because it was old as hell. But after playing it, something very strange happened. Like, my perception of it just got a bit warped. I started to feel uncomfortable around the damn thing. Sis went out to go look for Poro, who ran away. No, that dog got ran the fuck over. He is torn asunder. He is 2 pieces off a cliff somewhere. So yeah, after I played it, I just started to get kind of wary of it. There's something odd about it. And I left it leaning up against the wall in my rec room. And one night, I walk in there, and my eyes just lock onto it so incredibly intently. And I don't know why. I just could not pry my eyes away from it. And I stood there staring at it for a good while. And I vividly remember the air getting incredibly still and stagnant. And the silence became so somehow prominent that it was deafening, the deafening silence. And before long, I found myself sitting cross-legged in front of the keyboard, just staring at it. And I have no idea why. I was just transfixed for whatever reason. I don't remember what I was thinking. I don't think I was thinking anything. I just had a staring match with the keyboard. And eventually I pried myself out of the trance. And the next day I'm just like, Dad, I want to get rid of this keyboard. And he's like, okay. And we got rid of it. Boy, it was weird. I don't know what the fuck happened with that. There's just something about it, man. So now we're gonna go look for Sis again. And I'm going the wrong way, but there was something up here that was pretty interesting. There's my good friend, the Forgotten Power Ranger. They kicked him off the team because he couldn't stop spinning his head. They would assemble the mech, and the head on the mech would just keep spinning, and everyone in their cockpits would just start throwing up. His life didn't improve much after that. His wife eventually divorced him because, she couldn't land a kiss on him. It was just like, she couldn't get a kiss. His head was spinning. Really hard to make out with him. So he lost his wife. He's just a poor bastard. And now he's just relegated to this, haunting the streets, still spinning his head uncontrollably. He figured, maybe if I just paint some fake blood on me, maybe wear a mask that glows, I can be a successful ghoul. And I think he's finding some success in this career now. I'm happy for him. But fuck him. So these guys pop up every now and then, and I don't know what they do. Nothing. I can just walk right up to them, and they do not care. Hey, it's our doggo friend. So, another story. This one's a bit more recent. This happened in this house. One night, my mom was trying to get my sister's attention, who she thought was walking up the stairs up to her bedroom. So she's calling out her name, not getting a response, and she follows her up the stairs. When she gets to halfway up the stairs, she sees my sister's bedroom door close. And she's like, why the fuck is sis ignoring me? So she knocks on the door, doesn't get a response, opens the door, and it is a empty, dark room. My sister wasn't home, but she saw the door close itself. Latch. Like, it's not one of those doors that you can just like kind of push and it'll close itself. It'll just bonk off because the latch will keep it from closing all the way. You gotta like push that thing in. So it had force, whatever it was. And what's even creepier is that my sister always has that door closed. So something had to have opened it first and then close it. But that was one of the more tangible experiences that we've experienced. Well, my mom experienced. I believe her wholeheartedly. She's not one to just quickly admit that, oh yeah, it was the work of ghosts or chomping eyeballs. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's really good. There's something about arms and hands reaching out of walls and ceilings and floors that really creep me out. I love it. Let me think. There's another story I have. This one's pretty good. Once again, pretty recent. Happened here. Right around, like, not long after we moved into this house, which was like, maybe 8 years ago now. Can't believe it's been that long. But it was like 3 in the morning. I had to take trash out. And our trash can is set right up against our house, next to the driveway that runs parallel to our house. And I throw the trash in, and further on down the drive, or around the house where I can't see, I hear something running. And it is bolting up the drive. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? There's something running up the drive. Who's running up the drive at this time of night? And it gets close enough that whatever's running up the drive, I should be able to see it. Like, I can hear the gravel moving in front of me. I can place where this thing is at just by hearing it. If I looked close enough, I could probably even see the gravel moving as this thing is bolting towards me. But I see nothing. But boy, hot diggity fuck damn, did I hear it running at me. And I just turn around and bolt back into the house. That was a really weird experience. And once again, my sister experienced it too, apparently. She went to throw something out and heard the exact same thing running up the drive, but she didn't stick around nearly as long as I did. So I don't know. Some weird things have happened. There is something kind of unsettling about that. I knew that asshole was there. I just didn't know he came down that way. Usually he runs at you when you go the other way. That's what I get for walking down the middle of the road like an asshole. I get ran over by an asshole. All right, let's try that again. Fuck me. Fuck me. Ah, you motherfucker! Sidewalk. We'll just stay on the fucking sidewalk. Piece of shit, athlete, motherfucker, dick ass, piece of shit getting fit. Fucking fit a hamburger up your ass. Let's go, Stoggo. Ah! Poro. Actually, no, I don't think that's our doggo. Oh, hole in the fence. Go. Yay, we're here. I forgot about this thing. So we're about to meet Big Head Doggo. As you'll see very shortly, this doggo has a very big head. I believe his head is so big because it is absolutely packed full of shit turds and unpleasant things. In other words, this dog is a complete and utter asshole that impedes my progress, and I don't know how to get him the fuck out of the way. He can choke on a fat, dense chode for all I care. He should have been the doggo to get hit by the truck. That is a terrible thing to say. I forgot about Sis's shoe. I have to go get it. Even though it's probably covered in gross, dead doggy slobber. And there he is again, displaying proudly what a gigantic asshole he is. He's so fucking proud of how much of a fucking piece of dick shit he is. His head is full of admiration for his own shittiness. And here's a fun segment. You have to tiptoe to get around these things because they are bushes made of ears. Got chicken coop key. So now I just need to get out of here without the bush ears touching me. Okay, we're good. So I've got another story, and this one's good. I like this one because it still kind of sends shivers down my spine when I think about it. And this is, again, back at the old house, and it has something to do with the cellar. And the basement of my old house was just straight up a fucking dungeon, okay? Made of stone slab and everything. It was just the embodiment of dungeon. It even still had a well. You couldn't see it, but there was still a well that the kitchen was built over, and you could access the well by going through crawl spaces at the top of the walls between the floorboards of the house. And there were all kinds of crawl spaces all over. Like, that's how old that house is. It's an old Victorian home. But I was tasked to retrieve something from the cellar. And this is one of those cellars that you can't access from within the house. You have to go outside, pull up some wooden boards from the side porch, and then go down some really steep steps down to the cellar door. So I get down there, and I'm just immediately hit with that dank old musk smell of wet cellar. And there's all sorts of shit down there. And it's your classic cellar where often some godforsaken corner there is that giant beast of a furnace that just scares the shit out of you. But I get down there, and as I'm looking for whatever it is I need to retrieve, I look into one of the crawl spaces, and I didn't see anything. I never saw anything. But I got a very weird and vivid vision in my head of what appeared to be a half-rotted fox slowly pulling itself out of the crawl space into the light. And it was just that, a half-rotted fox with patches of fur still left on its skeleton. So there's still some skin left. And I believe it still had eyes left in its sockets, and they were reflecting light as it was pulling itself out of the crawl space. But what was even creepier about its movement was it didn't look like it was moving itself. More so, it looked like it was being puppeteered. It was being manipulated by some other force, and it was pulling it out of the crawl space. That's the detail I remember the most, is just it didn't look like it was moving itself. So I grab what I need and get the fuck out, because I was like, all right, I know I'm not seeing that, but by God, am I getting a vivid vision of it for some whatever fucking reason? But here's the kicker. Years later, after we move here, I'm watching something with Sis. We're sitting on the couch together, and I tell her about that story, about my vision of the half-rotted fox. And as soon as I tell her about it, she shoots up off the couch, spins around and looks at me with the face of absolute terror. And I'm just like, what? She's just giving me this look, and it's freaking me out. And she says to me, I saw that too. And it just tenfold got so much creepier. Because now it wasn't just an isolated personal experience. It was something more than that. How is it that we shared that very specific scenario of envisioning a half-rotted fox pulling itself out of the crawl space? It's so weird. My only explanation is that maybe she told me about that a long time ago before, and I just fabricated a memory of myself going down into the basement and seeing it for myself. But I remember her saying that she never talked about that to anybody. So I think we just had the exact same experience as one another. I hated that basement. God, it was so fucking scary. In our dining room, there were these holes drilled into the floor that led down into the cellar for my dad to like put cables through. And I remember as a kid, I would look through those holes into the basement just to see if I would see anything creepy, because I was kind of like I was a junkie in that way. I liked getting spooped. But I do remember one time I looked through those holes and there was a light on down in the basement, and no one's been down there in weeks. You know, we don't leave the lights on down in the cellar because we hardly ever go down there. So something was down there, turning lights on and off. And here we have again the shit-faced fucko dog continuing to proudly display his assholish nature. So I picked up a key for the pool, and I'm supposed to distract the dog by putting something in that desk thing next to the entrance. Doggo is a big fucking piece of shit! Yeah, he's that's another example of why he is a fucking asshole, because he'll just pop out of random, like now, and sniff my ass a couple of times before, you know, I guess getting his fix of poop smell, and he'll just fuck off. Sometimes you can't really avoid him though, because he just pops out right in front of you. You don't have time to fucking turn around and run away, and he just goes to town inside of your asshole, and you don't survive because he shoves his giant poop-filled head up your asshole. And nobody can survive that. And he knows it. He's proud of that fact, that he can kill people with the sheer size of his own head that he shoves up your butt. Because again, he is an asshole. He wants to go into an asshole. He wants to multiply his assholish nature. Gotta drain the pool. Puzzle piece 1 found. See, this is what confused me last time, is that this puzzle piece, what is it? I don't see it anywhere in here. We gotta get the shoe. We gotta get the shoe from the shit-faced dog. But guess what? I don't really have anything to distract it with. Torn swimsuit. Why do I have a torn swimsuit? I don't remember finding that before. It's a drain. Ah, there's something stuck in there. Grab it? Yes. Wet bone found! Oh my god, I found the thing that I need! This poor girl's heart is just going to burst. So that's about all the stories I have that I can think of right now that are good. For some reason there is a haunted, like, grade schooler backpack, and I don't know if it'll actually kill me if I let it touch me, and I'm not sure I want to find out. Doggo, you're a fucking asshole! Go suck a dick! These pins in my head really hurt. There's no wonder I have a headache. Let's put something there. Let's put the bone. I swear to God, if I have to dry it because it's wet. It took the wet bone. Good. It likes its bones wet. God damn, we're finally here. This is shoe found. I would like to save. Thank you. This is the furthest I've ever gotten. This is shoe. I remember her putting this on. She wore this on the day she left. Is she wearing only one shoe right now? I have no clue where she went, but I have to find her. I should start at the rice fields. Well, I think that'll do it for now. I don't know if I'll come back to this game. If you guys want to see more, let me know. Maybe I'll make a series out of it. It's been a while since we've done, you know, something like this where it's not a stream, which I've been enjoying the streams. I hope you have been too. I know content is a lot less diverse. You know, we're not playing nearly as many games. It's usually just Splatoon, Mario Kart, and Overwatch these days. But yeah, it's been fun. I do miss making these kinds of videos because I have a much greater control over the quality, and not like content, but like the actual quality of the videos. Because when you take streams, they're compressed to hell, and then they go through even more conversion after editing and rendering and blah blah blah. So I don't know. I miss making the higher quality videos, because you'll notice before I started doing streams, the videos were pretty high quality. And then we started doing streams and it's just like a blurry, fucked up shit smear of a mess. I think you guys are enjoying what we make, and I'm enjoying it, so it's good. It's been a while since I've given an update of like how things have been going ever since I've been doing the streams, and it's been going really well for me. I've had so much more time to work on my own stuff. I've been making a whole hell of a lot more music, which if you've been watching our live streams, I usually play one of the songs I've been working on before I start the stream. And I just recently got the next part to my comic that I've been working on, Handy and Toes. If you're interested in reading that, I'll have the description in the link. But yeah, you know, this has afforded me a lot more time to work on my own personal projects, which has just been really good for my own mental health, because for a while it was getting a little stifling, you know? I love working on these videos. I love the channel, and it makes me extremely giddy and happy knowing that our videos are actually entertaining people out there, and I know people enjoy us, and it means a lot. It means a whole hell of a lot to me. But yeah, so this was a nice little change of pace. I have some other horror games in mind that I want to play before Halloween hits. I know that is fast approaching. I really kind of sat on my ass with this one. I don't know how many games I'm going to get done. I'm not going to make any promises, but I know there's at least one more that I want to play. So look forward to that. And until next time, all of you need to stay beautiful. See you later. Wow, that couldn't have been more perfectly timed.